we use 24% of the pesticides in there. 150 billion garments are made every single year. It takes 200 years for polyester to decompose. There's 70 pounds, each one of us in America, we throw away 70 pounds of clothing that ends up into the landfill each and every year. If we just think about the students who are enrolled here at FIT, over 10,000, yeah, total population, just the students, we're talking over 750,000 pounds of clothing in the landfill. Like, could you imagine that? What does that look like? I know, we think we're better than that, but like I said, everyone thought it was everyone else's responsibility, right? So what I say to you today is that we actually need to change our relationship with our clothes, and we need a little help. We need a nudge, right? We have the motivation. You're here today. We have the intention. Think about those bags of clothes that are sitting in the back of your closet that you're going to take away and do something really good with, or the hole in the shirt that you're like, I'm going to sew that up, but you haven't, right? So we have the motivation, we have the intention, but clearly we need a bit more than just that, right? So we need the nudge. So if we get motivation, if we get intention, and we have the nudge, then we'll get closer to what I'm looking for. And what I'm looking for is, besides that cute kitty, is a behavior change. We actually have to change our relationship. We have to change our behavior, our practices. So these nudges can help us do them. And the nudges that I'm talking about is not like a Post-it note that you put on the wall, though it could be if that's what you need, right? But I'm talking about something a little bit more substantial. And they're nudges that we see each and every day in other aspects of our life. Nudges such as, we go to a restaurant and they put the calories on the menu, right? It helps you decide, do I really want to eat a $5,000 sundae or burger right now? Or maybe I should go and do something smaller. If you look here on the left, there's actually this chart, this graph that was done that asked people, would you be willing, if you actually knew the calories that were on the menu, would it influence you, right? That is a nudge. That is a nudge that we see today in New York City and most of the restaurants that we go to. We see nudges when we're walking down the street that the municipalities have put out for us, right? We see garbage cans on every corner, recycling bins. It's nudging us. It's informing our behavior that we should put our trash in the garbage. And guess what? We do it, right? Think about the hallways here in FIT. Let's bring it closer to home. How many recycle bins do we have up and down the aisles, right? Up and down the hallways. You come out of the classroom, you're like, that was a dumb test anyway, you trash it in the recycle bin. You wouldn't do that now. But seriously, you have the recycle bins there, right? That's because the school is nudging us to improve our behavior, to not just put everything in the trash that's going to the landfill. Those are all nudges that we have. This one right here, these are global nudges, right? So these are some countries that are doing things really well. Far left-hand corner, I was in Florence a few weeks ago. These recycle bins, these garbage bins, they're everywhere. Like, it's like a blockade walking down the street. And you just know what to do. They're labeled for what type of recycling should go where. Here, these are recycle bins that are on the streets in Amsterdam. And then, Sweden, they're on a whole other level. They have a regulation, talking about a nudge, they have a regulation where every 300 meters, you have to, within a neighborhood, you have to have a recycling system, right? So you have a whole physical place that you have to go to. So those are some clues that we can take from a global way, right? So we talked about motivation, intention, having that nudge so we can change our behavior. If we do that, then perhaps we can be hooked, right? So this is a chart that comes from Near Wall, who wrote the book, Hooked. And this is just a little chart of how we can actually voluntarily change our behavior. chart there is for your triggers of external and internal triggers. Well, I've already showed you the whole chart of all of our triggers that we have going on. Choose one. We can start with that we are the second largest industry when it comes to pollution, second only to oil. There's a trigger for you, right? Where we need to really be in that sweet spot is the action. That's where the nudges need to happen. We need nudges continuously. We need nudges from municipalities. We need nudges from retailers. We need nudges personally, right? What are we going to do? So our personal goals, it's all rests in there. We know what the rewards are. And then you may say, oh, well, I think I deserve something to give something back. Okay, there are some retailers who are actually rewarding us and giving us 10, 15, 20% off. So there's a reward for you, yeah? And then the investment is where we'll be in the future, right? So if we go through these 4 steps, then we'll be hooked. But don't take it, just don't take it from me. These are a few things that I did some interviews, and here's what they said. Now these recordings are a little rough, right? So just call it like edgy. This is an edgy recording done on the street. And so it's a little garbled, but it's okay, you get the point. If we have play.
And yeah, they're all shipping it to you or whatever, but I think it's the retailer's job to educate the customers who shop in there about the clothes. Educate them about what? Just about how the clothes are made, the functions, the materials, why it should not be thrown out. How good or bad that will be to the environment. If you're selling something that you don't want to be thrown out, then you might want to add that to it. If there's something that you don't want to be thrown out, you should add that to there. Like if you don't want your clothes to be thrown out to a landfill, you should educate your customers as to why they shouldn't throw it out. As I mentioned, like how easy is it for you to repurpose your clothing? On a scale of 1 to 10, 3. Yeah. Why? That option is not presented to me on a day-to-day basis, I guess. Every time I shop, that option is not presented to me. So, to recycle my clothing. Try and make a point of going to vintage stores or something like that. How hard was that for you to do that? It's like this feeling of guilt when I do it, when I relapse. I'm like, oh, I should have done it, and then I find that the next time I lapse like longer. So it feels like I'm always relapsing, but I'll be like, okay, I'll last twice as long. Because I just feel so bad that I went back on my moral. But so it's difficult, but it feels like I'm getting better. Just because you kick yourself every time, you just think about it, and you're just like, oh.
So did you hear that? Every time I go shopping, I should be presented with the option. On a scale from 1 to 10, it's about a 3 for me to actually be able to do this. Why? Because the nudges aren't there. I set these goals for myself, these morals for myself, and they actually, I break them because I say I'm not going to go to Forever 21 or wherever the case may be, and I feel guilty about it, right? We're missing these nudges here. But we're all very familiar with the tools that we have, right? You can recycle consciously, meaning knowing which place to go to. You can compost, you can repurpose. There's a tonnage of things out there that each of us can do. But we have to decide which tools are best for us, right? And you can use more than one. You always have multiple tools in your toolbox. So you pull a few tools that work for you. We get some nudges out there in the communities set up by retailers and municipalities to make it be top of mind for us so we can change our behavior. So this is what I'm asking you today. How might we ignite an enduring love fest with our wardrobe, one piece at a time? Knowing that fashion is fast, fickle, and throwaway. So you see this, this is not my father, this is my uncle, and if you notice, we're wearing the same jacket. So my tools, so that picture is probably 1970, 1971, right in there. One of my tools that I often like to use, my lever that I pull is, I actually recycle and reuse my old clothing, passed down from family members and friends and hold on to it a lot. So that's what I do. What are you going to do to go out there? Thank you so much.